recording. Here we go. So, what a world. Uh, what a world we live in. What an interesting illusion this is of dis-ease. Nothing much is easy here. It is a master class. It's a master program. And there are those that are going to be focused on learning the important lessons that are there for us to master. And there are those that will not give that focus or don't even know how. Find that with any school, any classroom. There are those that are just oblivious. There are those that really are open and apply themselves easily. I myself, I think maybe I was, if you want to put a label on it, maybe ADD when I was in school. I had a hard time focusing on learning when I was just being what seemed to me preached to. Wasn't until I get into Montessori, teaching music and movement and being an assistant to the teachers in the curriculum, that I realized if I'd had this kind of teaching, hands-on, I could have learned. So it's not a matter of judging each other on whatever level we are on. It's just part of being in this world, in this classroom. I wouldn't want someone judging me because I wasn't able to learn my lessons like others so easily were learning them in school. I wouldn't want to be called dumb or stupid. Of course, my brothers had a habit of calling me that, so I was convinced that I was. And this is what we do to each other in the world. This is how we seem to, look upon those who just don't get their lessons as easily as others. And you go, why, And I'm talking about people that harm other people. They have not learned the lesson that they are love. But we seem to be really afraid of them, quick to point the finger, quick to join with others in condemning them instead of praying for them, quick to put up our walls to protect ourselves from them. So when we look at it more as a classroom, and that there will be, not to say that a child that's being disruptive needs to be removed from the class. There may be those who do need to be so-called imprisoned, but there's a choice in that as well. You can have programs, which I've sung at a lot of prisons, and some of the prisons, they do actually have programs where they do teach the truth of what the person is. Instill that as much as possible. And I'm reminded of, this article was given to me many years ago, and I've spoken about that before, I think. And it's a village forget where, let's just say Africa, where when someone does something that is harmful to themselves or others, instead of imprisoning them, they make a circle around them, put them in the middle of the circle, and start telling them the truth of what they are. That they are loved, that they are whole, complete. And everything is taken care of. In this one prison I sang in, I walk in and they've got this program for those that can, that are able, that reminds them of who and what they are. And the one guy I saw walking around was, and I've said this story before too, he had a billboard like thing on. And it said, "Forgive me, I forgot who I really am." I went, oh my God, this is like walking into a retreat. I really was inspired, blessed to see that there's another way instead of just incarcerating. So there's another way in my mind instead of just incarcerating myself or others, imprisoning, making guilty, fearing, separating. There truly is another way, and that is blessing instead of cursing. And I can make that choice every day. The daily word, yeah. What is the word within my mind? Because words are so powerful. Thoughts, are so, A Course in Miracles, I always refer to that, but we know the power of thought. We can tend to soon forget it, but the power of thought, the Course in Miracles says there are no neutral thoughts. Every thought I think has an effect. And if I think it about you or the world, I make it true for me too. I can't escape that because all is one in truth. I can't escape it. There is no escape from that. If I condemn you, I condemn me. Simple as that. Now, the Course will go so far as, you were reading the daily word and it was around sickness and, that's a section in A Course in Miracles that's very difficult for a lot of people. It has been for me in the past. It tells us sickness is not real. Well, try telling that to someone who's been dealing with COVID, as we were discussing at the beginning. Oh, I'm making Jane cough. I'm sorry. Yeah. Try telling that to myself when I'm feeling ill or I've hurt myself, my back, or whatever's going on with the body. So, how's that come into play? Well, it's to accept the fact. It's that radical acceptance thing. Accept the fact that I am where I am without feeling guilt or shame or littleness. I do still believe I'm a body. If I think I'm a body, the body's going to be sick. If I think negative thoughts, the Course in Miracles says those thoughts get projected onto the body. So if I'm in fear of the future with the country, with the world, or if I'm judging those in governmental positions, etc., 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 I cannot escape the fact that that will get projected onto the body in some way. It's not to make us feel guilty. If we've, how many of you are studied with the Ho'oponopono? Yeah, okay. Well, if you've read that material and if you see it as true, along with all the other amazing demonstrations of healing around the world in different cultures, the mutant messenger down under, how many of you have read that years ago? The Australian outback lady from the US that took the journey and saw how these communities that stay in the outback and live in nature, how they naturally heal each other. It's just a part of their belief system. It's just a belief system. If if enough people join in intention, they make that intention real. And the more that join in it, the more real it becomes. It's just to accept the fact that that is true. It's not to condemn ourselves for not being there. It's a fact that there are spiritual masters that can bilocate, that can, let's just, if we put more focus on these demonstrations, once again, the Course says there are those that come before us that can show us the way, show us the truth. If we will look upon it, we can learn from them. How often do I tune into that? The fact that it is true. Padre Pio is one of them. How many of you know of Padre Pio? Yeah. A Catholic monk who literally, a guy's eyes got blown out uh, using dynamite for something. It's been so many years ago, I can't remember what the accident was. He literally put his hands up to the guy's eyes and he had new eyes. Let's just be in awe of that. Let's celebrate that rather than hearing it and going, oh, that's cool. I tried telling it, I asked a priest, when I was in the Catholic Church, I asked the priest, have you heard of Padre Pio and his miracles? He just sort of went, oh, yeah, I've heard of him. Are you kidding me? So let's be miracle minded, as once again the Course in Miracles calls it. It's not about healing the body. The body is not who we are. It's about healing the mind, healing the blocks, healing the delusional system that we live through. How willing am I to give a lot of tithing toward that? That's true tithing. Tithing our money is wonderful and important toward being of service, the way you tithe toward, this community. That's important. But just as important is the tithing of my time. Am I spending a lot of time watching the news? Am I spending a lot of time in fear and negative thinking? What do I expect to get back from that? If my thoughts are not neutral? How much time do I consciously bless? These are questions that are very important to ask oneself. How often do I come into stillness and know that I am a hollow reed, that the light of heaven shines through? If for even just an instant I'm willing to lay down the world and my thoughts about it, all the meaning I've given everything, just for an instant, amazing things can happen. That's when miracles have the room to come in. How can they come in when the door is barred? How can they come in when there's blocks to that flow? They can't. So yeah, we can stay depressed. This Bob Newhart sitcom, I was thinking about that earlier. And there's one of the episodes where this woman comes into his office. He's a psychologist, in the sitcom. And a woman comes in his office and she's telling him, that she's got this fear of being buried alive. And every time she walks in an elevator or whenever she's in a closed space, she has this fear that comes upon her because of that thought of feeling like she's going to be buried alive. And he says, oh, well, that's claustrophobia. And so he says, I've got, I charge $5 for the first 5 minutes. And then after that, it's free. She goes, what? Oh my God. Okay. So he says, okay, I've got 2 words for you. Okay. He screams out, stop it. And it's that easy. I'm sorry. It's just the funniest. If you can Google it, just Google, Bob Newhart stop it episode. And so after she's sort of taken back, and he says, okay, you got any other problems? She says, yeah, I'm bulimic. He says, stop it. He says, okay, that's only 3 minutes. We got 2 minutes left. Got anything else? And anyway, the rest of the session is the same. It's like that spiritual master that, told the student asked, how can I become more enlightened? And he says, sit down, shut up, follow your breath. Just shut up. We can really tell the ego, just stop it. Shut up. Sit down. Follow your breath. And it will obey because I'm the master of it. I forget that. So So this is a world of sickness, of disease, of confusion, of darkness. And the only peace in it is what I bring to it. Period. I'm not going to find peace out there. For some reason, we continue looking for it. So here I am living in this world. Here I am living in a dream, living my illusion of what life should be, in a world upside down, spinning round and round. Somewhere I know deep inside, a trusting little child, singing songs, skipping along, doing nothing wrong. Then the fog comes rolling in, losing sight of myself again, lost in some whirling wind, shaken by the storm within. Remember, seems a long time ago. Remember, can you remember home? Remember home. Back once upon a time, in a place far away in my mind, there was peace and joy, love and light. And I forgot who I was, created me a world of dust, and I fell fast asleep. Darkness covered me. And I'm dreaming some crazy dream about some fight I have to win to be free. The only one I'm fighting is a fear of my own. God, wake me up again. I want to go home. Remember, seems a long time ago. Remember, can you remember home? Remember home. So let's take a moment, whether our eyes are closed or not. Let's take a trip. Course in Miracles tells us you've traveled, but you haven't traveled far back enough. You can travel back to your earlier years, your teenage years, even to the womb. Some people can. What before that? What before the body? Course in Miracles says you existed before a body. Let me go back home. Back farther. Back before the birth into this world. Where I just simply existed in that joy, that childlike innocence, with no blocks, joined with all the universe, the celebration of life itself, dancing among the stars, the universe, free. I am at home, sweet home. I am at peace, sweet peace. Home in in the heart of God. Home, sweet home, in the heart of God. I am safe, so safe, safe at home, sweet home. Home in the heart of God. Home, sweet home, in the heart of God. There is no fear, no fear, only love, only love. Home in the heart of God. Home, sweet home, in the heart of God. So why am I here in this world? Why am I here? What is my purpose? To love deeper and deeper. To be a light unto myself and to others. Why am I here? To be a blessing, not a curse. For this short time here, within this dream of seeming separation, let me come in often to remember home, a place I really never left but in dreams. How sweet it is. Home, sweet home. In the heart of God, my Creator. Home in the heart of God. Home, sweet home. In the heart of God. So we just bask here for a moment in the silence, knowing we're united. The angels, the guides, with our Creator. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. And all creation sings with us in one voice to the Creator. Hallelujah, 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 Amen.